Tatianna, and I'm Veronica. Would the judges mind if we took off our name tags? Alright, are the judges ready? And the timekeeper? Then we'll begin. It looked like a good idea, but wait till I tell you. We were down south in Alabama, Bill Driscoll and myself, when this kidnapping idea struck us. It was as Bill afterwards expressed it during a moment of temporary mental apparition. We had a joint capital of about $600, and we needed just $2,000 more. We selected our victim, the only child of a prominent citizen named Ebenezer Dorsett. The kid was a boy of 10. We figured that Ebenezer would melt down to a ransom of just $2,000 to the cent. But wait till I tell you. The Ransom of Red Sheep by O. Henry. Hey, little boy, you want a bag of candy and a nice ride? That'll cost you, old man, an extra $500. That boy put up a fight like a welterweight cinnamon bear, but at last we got him down in the bottom of the buggy and drove away. He's all right now. We're playing Indian. I'm old Hank, the trapper, Red Chief's captive, and I'm to be scalped at daybreak. Geronimo, that kid can kick hard. Yes, sir. That boy seemed to be having the time of his life. The fun of camping out in a cave had made him forget that he was a captive himself. He immediately christened me Snake Eye the Spy and announced that I was to be broiled at the stake at the rising of the sun. Red Chief, would you like to go home now? What for? I never have any fun at home. I hate school. You won't take me home, will you? Not right away. We'll stay here in the cave a while. I like that just fine. I never had such fun in all my life. We went to bed about 11 o'clock. He kept us awake for 3 hours, jumping up and reaching for his rifle and screeching, "It's time!" But at last, I fell into a troubled sleep and dreamed that I had been kidnapped and chained to a tree by a ferocious pirate with red hair. Along towards sunup, I was awakened by a series of awful screams from Bill. It's a horrible thing to hear a strong, desperate fat man screaming incoherently in the daybreak. Red Chief was sitting on Bill's chest. One hand twined in Bill's hair. In the other, he had a sharp knife. And he was industriously and realistically trying to take Bill's scalp. I got the knife away from the kid and made him lay down again. But from that moment on, Bill's spirit was broken. I dozed off for a while, but along towards sunup, I recalled that I was to be broiled at the stake, the rising of the sun. What are you getting up for so soon, Sam? Oh, me? I got a kind of pain in my shoulder. I figured sitting up would rest it. You're alive. You'd be burned at sunrise, and he'd do it, too, if you could find a match. Ain't it awful, Sam? Do you think anybody would pay out money to get a little imp like that back home? Sure. A rowdy kid like that's just the kind of parent dotes on. After breakfast, the kid takes a piece of leather with strings wrapped around it out of his pocket and goes outside the cave unwinding it. What's he up to now? You don't think he'll run away, do you? No worry of it. He don't seem like much of a homebody. Just then, we heard a kind of whoa, such as David might have admitted when he knocked out the champion glass. It was a sling that Red Chief had pulled out of his pocket, and he was whirling it around his head. A rock the size of an egg caught Bill right behind his left ear. He loosened himself all over and fell. By and by, Bill sits up. Sam, you know who my favorite biblical character is? Take it easy, Bill. King Herod. Straight home, are you going to be good or not? I was only funny. I didn't mean to hurt old Hank. I'll behave. You promised to play the Black Scout with me. I don't know the game. I took Bill aside to write the letter to old Dorset. Sam, we're dealing with humans, and it ain't human for anybody to have to give up $2,000 for that 40-pound chunk of freckled wildcat. I'm willing to take a chance at $1,500. You can charge the difference up to me. Ebenezer Dorset, we have your boy concealed in a place far from Summit. Absolutely, the only terms on which you can have him returned to you are these. We demand $1,500 for his return. If you fail to comply to our demands as stated or commit any treachery, you will never see your boy again. If you comply with our demands as stated, you will have the boy returned to you immediately. 2 desperate men. I'm the Black Scout! I have to ride to the stockades to warn the settlers that the Indians are coming. I'm tired of playing Indian myself. I want to be the Black Scout. What am I to do? You? You're the horse! Get down on your hands and knees. How am I to ride to the stockades without a horse? How far is it to the stockades, kid? 90 miles. And you gotta hump yourself to get there on time. Whoa, now! For heaven's sakes, hurry back, Sam. Hey, you quit kicking here. I'll get up and warn you good. I walked over to Poplar Cove and posted my letter. When I got back to the cave, Bill and the kid were nowhere to be found. About an hour later, Bill comes out of the forest. The kid was right behind him. Sam, I suppose you'll think I'm a renegade, but I'm a grown person with habits of self-defense. The boy is gone. All is off. I've sent him home. What's the trouble, Bill? I was rowing the 90 miles to the stockade, not barn an inch. Then, when the settlers were rescued, I was given oats. Sand ain't a palatable substitute. I'm telling you, Sam, a human can only stand so much. But he's gone home. I showed him the road to Summit and kicked him about 8 feet in the air. I'm sorry to lose the ransom, but it was either that or Bill Driscoll's in the madhouse. Bill, there ain't any heart disease in your family, is there? No, nothing chronic except malaria and accidents. Why? Then you might want to turn around and have a look behind you. For an hour, I was afraid of Bill's mind. And then I told him that my plan was to put the whole ransom through immediately. We'd have the money and be off by midnight. I was up in a tree, as well hidden as a tree toad when the messenger arrived. Exactly on time, a half-grown boy pedals up, locates the box, slips a folded piece of paper into it, and pedals away. Back at the cave, I read the letter to Bill. 2 desperate men. In regard to the ransom you ask for the return of my son, I think you are a little high in your demands. I hereby make you a counter-proposition, which I'm inclined to believe that you will accept. You bring Johnny home and pay me $250 for his return, and I agree to take him off your hands. Very respectfully, Ebenezer Dorset. Great powers of Bizak of all the impudent! Sam, what's $250? After all, I think Mr. Dorset is making us a liberal offer. You aren't going to let the chance go, are you? To tell you the truth, Bill, that little he-lamb has gotten on my nerves as well. We took him home that night. It was about 12 o'clock when we knocked at Ebenezer's front door. When the kid found out we were going to leave him, he started up a... How long can you hold him for? Well, I'm not as strong as I used to be, but I think I can promise you 10 minutes. And as dark as it was, and as fat as Bill was, and as good as a runner as I am, he was a good mile and a half out of Summit before I could catch up with him.